All right, we're live.
We're live.
All that.
All
All of that work. So, guys, there's the camera right there.
right there. Okay.
So, yesterday, all day long when I was doing interviews, it was up there. So, my brain is trained to look up there. So, people have been looking up my nose all morning doing interviews because I keep forgetting it's right there. How are y'all?
Doing great.
Now, we
Glad
got
to be
Greg
here.
and Lisa here this morning, the Sullivans. And you said last year, okay, I've slept since then.
Mm-hmm. Not a whole lot.
This is your
but
first year at Creekside.
First year at Creekside,
Okay.
yes.
That's what I thought. So what do you think so far?
Awesome.
It's
Great.
amazing,
It's
isn't it?
amazing. Last night was fantastic, and then the midnight prayer, kind of just it was fantastic. It really was.
Nobody's purposefully shaming me for not being there, but everybody's been coming in here going, "Oh, midnight prayer was awesome."
It was fantastic.
And
it
I was like, at midnight. So, and I've got to be there tomorrow night because I'm part of it.
Right.
So, whew, you might have to prop me up.
Everybody has to find a time to take a break.
Yeah,
You just do. So.
Well, I hope I find one. But so, what's going on with you guys? Tell me tell me a little bit about your story because I don't
Okay.
know your story.
Right.
So tell me what's going on.
Well, I've been singing gospel music for about 25 years, mostly in groups. The last group I was in was Chronicle.
Oh, okay.
And helped form that group and traveled with them for 7.5 years. And then in 2016, we lost our home in the flood, the Louisiana flood. And her dad was really ill. They was taking care of him, her and her siblings, like 24 hours a day. That went for about a little over 2 years. And then our daughter was caught up in a serious drug addiction, almost took her life, like 6 years. So, and we have an autistic son as well.
Man,
So
you got a lot of
this
life
one here,
going on.
this one here was taking care of everything at the house while I was on the road singing, and
Yeah.
it got to where she said, "I can't do this by myself." And she come to me crying, just tears rolling down her face. She's like, "I know how much you've worked and how much we've done this all of our lives." And she said, "But I need you to come home."
Yeah.
And I asked God, I said, "Lord, what's going on?" He said, "You're out of order." I said, "You don't mean to be."
Yeah.
He said, "But everything that's happened puts you out of order.
Yeah.
The ministry's got ahead of your family." And he said, "I didn't call you to sacrifice your family on the altar of ministry." I said, "Okay, Lord." So I stepped out of Chronicle and began helping her with her dad, and then
And rebuilding our home.
and then was present there for my daughter as we turned her over to the Lord, and she ended up in jail. Drug addiction will carry you two places: the graveyard or the jailhouse.
Yeah.
And she ended up in jail, and we left her there for 18 days, which was very
Wow.
hard.
Oh, that was.
But she had that prodigal son moment on the 5th day, and when she came out, she said, "Dad, I just need to go to sober living and straighten my life up." And 14 months later, I got a call one night, and on the other end, it said, "Daddy, can I come home?" And we went and got her. And now she's going to graduate from LSU next year. She's getting married next year. God don't halfway do things.
No, he doesn't.
So, and then he spoke to me and he said, "Okay, it's time to get started again." "What do you mean, Lord? Time to get started again?"
Thought it was all over.
Yeah,
We didn't know where
thought
we
I
were
was
going.
done. I said, "Okay,
Yeah.
Lord, you're done with me, and I got to focus on family." But he fixed everything. He restored our home. He solidified our marriage. He delivered our daughter.
Yeah.
He put me, and he said, I want you to stay." He even told me the day, first Friday in April, 2018, you're going to start again.
Wow.
I said, "Okay, Lord." And I went to her, and she was like, "Okay." And it wasn't, and then.
And my father had passed, and this coming on of the April, before April, and I just told him, I know that there's time that you're gonna go back, but I need my time to decompress from what all we went through.
Right.
And still dealing with our daughter with the drug addiction, and our son, he's 27. He has to have 24-hour care. So eventually he will be coming with us, but right now we're blessed with people that help take care of him.
Wonderful.
And this is my first year to meet all of these people.
I have a singing family because I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
And now this year we've went to so many. This is our 4th convention, and people that we've met. Introducing her to my singing family.
Yeah.
You see, because they knew of her, but they never met her. And so...
You family now.
Yeah, exactly. So then when I had to start back, I told the Lord, I said, "Lord, I don't like traveling by myself. In fact, I hate it."
Yeah.
Getting in a car, driving You know, you know what I'm talking about, driving, 5, 6, 7 hours, things like that, doing that. And I just kept complaining. I said, Lord, I don't like this. I don't like this. And he said, okay, I'll fix you. And then in January, she comes and says, I'm going to start traveling with you as much as I can. And she drives. If we late somewhere on Sunday night, I got to work on Monday. She drives me on in, and I can sleep. And then
you're a much better woman than I am.
and then she helps with the table, and she doesn't meet a stranger. And God has put us together with this ministry of hope that we're able to, countless parents and grandparents and people we've been able to talk with, what God's done for us. We're able to tell people what He's done, what He'll do for them, exactly what He done for us. And so, it's been a wonderful journey that God has started us on. We just now getting started. I've only been 18 months,
Wow.
And Friday I'm going to record my 4th project. So excited. I got to leave here Thursday and headed to meet with Ricky Atkinson, and we're going to cut a new project with some new songs, and just excited about that. God blessed us with our first song going number 7 nationwide, and the caption, and that was the first one I put out, and the other song is now jumped into SGN Scoops, and the next one that I released. And I say that because it's not all about the charts.
Right.
It's about people, God expanding my territory.
Right.
People hearing the message.
Well, the further up your song gets on that chart, that means the more people that are hearing it. So, I had somebody reach out to me one time and say, how do you, because it's a very fine line to walk.
Yes.
Because, yes, it is a ministry. Now I'm speaking for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is a ministry, and you feel like it's what God has called you to do, but there has to be some performance to that, or everybody's going to be asleep.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So it's a fine line to walk. And somebody said, about charts and, numbers and all this stuff. It is music and it is a ministry, but it's also a business.
It is business, that's right.
And
then you have that side of it.
Yeah, and you can't get out there and you can't do what God has called you to do if it doesn't make financial sense.
Right.
And so, I say all that to say charts, having a song on the charts, like you said, it's not all about, I'm on the chart. It's about that song's getting played. More people are hearing it, and it's getting...
And see, the caption stayed on the chart for 12 consecutive months.
See, that's awesome.
And people were hearing it, and that's what,
exactly.
It peaked out at number 7, but for 12 consecutive months, and it's still getting played out there, you see. So the message is getting out there that the caption of my life is forgiven, and that's what the song talks about. If someone did a caption of my life, it's forgiven.
It's forgiven.
And I'm so
great,
thankful for that.
It's a great visual.
Yes. You can see that caption of forgiven.
Hearing you talk... God obviously has seasons for everything.
That's right.
Season to do what you were doing with Chronicle,
Mm-hmm.
a season to be home with your family and where you need to be, a season to get back into it. And a lot of times we question, well, why am I in this, why I'm in this season of my life? I want to be in that season. But they always come back around in some form or fashion.
You must have been there last night because seasons was what was brought up last night.
Are you serious?
Yes,
Yes.
And Brother Tim Chandler, he talked
No,
about...
it wasn't there. I was snoring.
I know, but Brother Tim Chandler talked about the seasons in our life, and we shouldn't be trying to grab from another season that we're not in, or trying to grab from somebody else's season. Our season, my season with Chronicle, I sang with another group 10 years before I sang with Chronicle. That season was over. Our season, whenever everything God got everything back in order, we had a season of rest, of her and I reconnecting. And then now the season has started for us together to go and tell other people about Jesus. And
you've got just a little bit more, seasoning to sprinkle on your season because you've walked through some heavy stuff in the last few years.
Yes.
And the good thing about, if there's a good thing about what you have gone through with your daughter is you can truly, honestly, with all of your heart, look at somebody who may be going through that and say, I know what you're going through. I've been there.
Right.
And because I think when somebody is struggling through something, it's good to know, it's good to have people there to say, it's going to be okay. God's got a plan, and He does, and it is going to be okay. But if it's coming from somebody who has no idea really what you're going through, it's frustrating sometimes. But you'll be able to say that and know it be 150% true because you've walked it.
That's why that verse that says, do not forsake the assembly of the brethren, that's what it's for. it's not just about going to church.
Right.
It's about being with God's people.
Yeah.
Because I may learn something from your husband today that's going to help me down the road.
Absolutely.
And then I may run into somebody who needs to hear what we've went through.
Yeah.
You know, so we've had that opportunity to be able to do that. I had a elderly man come down one night at a service, doing an invitation, and he was probably 70 years old, and just tears rolling down his face, and his granddaughter was in the same thing. He just reached and grabbed me and said, how did y'all get through this? And we was able to minister him right there in that
awesome.
right there.
And I'm sure some days you didn't know how you were going to get through it.
No.
You know,
No.
you just do.
Yeah, you just do, and you trust the Lord, and you got to give it to Him.
Yeah.
And that's the hard thing to do when it's your child.
You can't take it back. You gotta
When
give
it's
it
your
to 'em and let 'em
child,
have it.
you want to, and I'm a fixer person. I want to fix it. I want to fix it right now. And sometimes you got to be patient, and you got to and to look back and see what. But I know at the moment of time that when I gave her to Him and said, Lord, she's yours, and I'm gonna be okay with whatever you do. That's when the change began.
That's a big step.
Because
of faith
I got out of His way.
Because you don't know how that would end.
Right.
You know?
No, I have no clue. And then
mean,
God gave me assurance when she went to jail. He spoke to me right then and there when I found out she was in jail. This is me.
Yeah.
He said, this is me.
Wow.
Leave her there.
Stay out of it.
Stay
I
out of it.
I bet, and I'm just assuming, other than the fact that she was where she was at, I bet that you had 18 days of pure
Peace.
release and peace.
Because I knew where we were.
Yeah.
I knew where she was. And I knew that she was pretty much not in harm's way.
Yep.
And now she's the person she was before all this happened. And she's not confused. You know, people say, well, you know, when they go on a drug addiction, it's something they'll deal with the rest of her life. And yeah, she will. But she's not confused. And she knows who brought her out of it and who's carrying her along the way.
That's
you know.
wonderful.
So that's our testimony, and that's what we do.
That's a great testimony.
And we go and we're able to tell other people about that.
Yeah.
So just excited to be here at Creekside. And we appreciate all the DJs and the promoters. Because what you were talking about, you know, helping us get our song out there, helping us people to know who we are, being able to come to Creekside, people get to see us, you know.
And see me.
There you go. Woohoo!
Seeing everyone.
So,
it's exciting.
Everybody works together, you know, and we got to understand. And I heard someone say, because people's like, well, when it, you know, this one's doing great over here, and we should be happy we're all God's children.
Absolutely.
You know, and if it hadn't happened for you, it just hadn't happened yet.
Absolutely.
Because when you continue with what God wants you to do, He's going to bless you.
Absolutely.
He's going to put you where He wants you to be.
Yep.
And I don't want to be where He's not.
Absolutely.
I don't want Greg to drive this thing.
Yep.
I want God to drive this thing, and us go where He wants us to go.
Yep.
Because if not, we're going to fail.
Yeah.
You know, then it becomes all about us, and it's not about Jesus,
Yeah.
and that's who it needs to be about.
Yeah.
And that's what we're about.
That's awesome. I'm glad that's refreshing to hear.
Thank you.
So we went through a season as well where we had to stop and take a minute and you know, thought things were done, and here we are.
Here we
right
are.
back in it again.
Back in it again.
Somebody asked yesterday. No, one of the questions I had was for one of the artists was, why did you choose music, or why did you choose to be in this ministry? And we came to the conclusion of, you know, we really didn't. We were chosen.
Right.
So it's just a matter of listening to what God, first of all, shutting up, because I'm bad about talking over God. Because I think I know how things should go.
Right.
And, you know, I should have done this by now, and this should have happened, and He gave us a good lesson in
She was
sitting
there
back.
last night. That was brought
That
up
was
last
there?
night. Yes. It was like, you know, forcing my will over God's will.
Yeah.
Wanting to force my will over God's will.
But God, listen.
Yeah.
But listen.
Yeah,
listen.
but listen. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I kept doing. But God, I don't travel by myself. But God, I don't, you know.
Yeah. He's
but
he's
now.
Going, would you just hush?
Right.
Hush.
Hush. That's right.
You know?
That's
Of course,
when she
sometimes I
came
think
along.
He's going, would you just shut up?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hey, you
Yeah.
know.
And when she came along, He was like, okay, I put somebody with you. I put your best friend with you.
Yeah. Now what's your excuse?
Now, you need to just go and do, and y'all need to go and do what I've called y'all to do.
Well, I'm
And
so
that's
glad
where
you're
we're at.
able to do it together. We are as well.
Yes.
But and it's never been like that.
No. So.
And it's nice. He's I'm a free spirit, and I get up and whatever way the wind blows, I'm like, hey, let's go with it. He is analytical,
keeps everything.
100% spreadsheets, everything. he woke me up this morning at 6 o'clock. He's like, it's time to get up. It's time to get up. And I was thinking to myself, I'm rebuking you, Satan. Because, no, it's not.
Right.
So it's, well, I say all that to say it's nice to have
Yes.
the person that God chose for me to be out there with me. It's our ministry. It's
Right.
not mine.
Exactly.
So, okay, where can people find you guys? I know they can find you on Facebook.
Yes,
but
Facebook, Greg Sullivan Ministries, and then www.gregsullivanministries.com.
Okay.
Send us an email, gregsullivanministries@gmail.com. They can call me at 985-507-9432. If you hear this interview and you're going through a crisis, call that number.
Absolutely.
We'll
yeah.
talk to you.
And
We'll tell you what Jesus has done.
Yeah, and if you want them to come and share their testimony with you and your church or your event, reach out. That's all you got to do. Facebook makes it so easy to get in
Yes.
touch with people
That's
nowadays.
right.
You
That's
don't
right.
have to go through managers and promoters and all that kind of stuff. So they have a great story to tell of what God's done in their lives, and if that's something that somebody needs to hear close to you, then I suggest you contact them. Thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Tonja.
being here.
Appreciate you.
You guys are
We
awesome.
appreciate
Great to meet
Oh,
you. And,
great to meet you too. Oh, the hard question.
okay.
I forgot which one I told you I might ask. What did I say? Did I even tell you?
Nope.
Okay,
That's
well then
over.
never mind. So
You
here
can
we go.
ask one.
Okay, let's see. Who's influenced you the most in Christian music? Gospel music, Southern God, whatever.
I would say Ricky Atkinson. He's met him back when I was with the other group that I sang with before, Chronicle, and because when I got into the industry, you know how the industry can be, and I've had some situations that could have went bad, some my fault, running through flags, too much zeal,
Yeah.
things like that in the beginning. And I said, Lord, I need you. I remember praying in my living room floor, Lord, you want me to do this, and we're going to be part of this industry. I need you to let me meet somebody that's like me, that wants to just serve you, okay?
Yeah.
And when Chronicle began, we got a call like 2 months later, and it was this lady said, I want you to come to this camp meeting singing. We have it the 4th of July, the 2nd of July. It's like our 42nd year. And I asked her, I said, well, what about sound? We didn't know where we were going. And she said, well, Ricky's got sound. I said, Ricky who? And she said, Ricky Atkinson. I'm Labrisca's mom. Wow. And God brought that prayer back, because the group I was with before didn't want to make that step, but
Right.
Chronicle did. Okay. We knew it when we started. We wanted to promote the radio. We wanted to record.
Right.
We wanted to get, Missy's a fantastic writer. We wanted to do that. And when we got there to that singing, Ricky met us at the door. I mean, right at the door, hey, how y'all are doing?
Yeah.
We sang, he grabbed a CD off the table. He said, I'll be in touch. And he called, and we talked, and he said, I think I can help y'all. And he told us right in the beginning, he said, I'm about spins. I'm not promise you anything. He said,
Yeah.
if you want a #1 song, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
He said, we're about promoting Jesus. He said, that's what we're about. And he's had some great songs. He's a great songwriter. And so I've learned over the years from him about this industry, about what you should do and how you should do.
Right.
And he's been a great influence.
Well, that's
to
wonderful.
me.
It's good that you have somebody.
Yes. I can
So,
call
does
him and
he
say,
know?
hey.
Does he know that he's influenced you in
Oh,
such
yes.
a good way?
Oh,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, he's like,
Because I'm always encouraging people, you need to tell those people. 'Cause
Yeah.
You know what? If you wait, say, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, you might not have tomorrow. So.
I've told him, I said, when he comes to Louisiana or I come this way, you know, it's like, man, I love it when we get together, but I hate when we have to depart. You know, he lives in Georgia, I live in Louisiana, so I said, man, I wish we lived closer so we
I
could just go
know.
fish. You know what I'm saying? They just do something else, you know.
Yeah.
And he said, brother, you like family. He said, you
That's
family. And so I'm excited about meeting him at Lamp Music Friday and recording again. And
Well, we're
and
excited.
so
I hope it all goes
it will.
wonderfully.
It's going to go well because
yeah.
God's in it.
Absolutely.
So
If God's in it, you're going to win it.
that's it. Hey, there you go.
So I just came up with that.
That's a
you
good
go.
T-shirt. That's a good T-shirt. There you go.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Tanja. We appreciate it.
No problem. We'll be back shortly, okay?